Hi, this is Shelley Kraft, and welcome to SNNLive. We're in San Francisco with LHA. I have Michael Oliver of SpectraScience, SCIE, a publicly traded company. Michael, welcome to SNNLive.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure. So let's get the 30,000 overview of Spectra.
Sure. We're what we call a biophotonics company. We use the physical properties of light to diagnose cancer, and we replace the physical cutting and resecting of tissue with what we call an optical biopsy. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's certainly less invasive for the patient.
Wow. That's big. Seriously. This is brand new on the market.
This is indeed brand new on the market. We're fortunate. We've just shipped our first products to our distributors in Europe for sale in France and Germany, where we're approved through their regulatory agencies. So we're looking forward to 2012 as being our first year of real revenue for SpectraScience.
Well, tell me more. Tell me more, because I've done a little brief examination of the information I had on the company, but I want to know everything.
Well, we're starting in colorectal cancer screening, and that'll be our first application. We have additional opportunities in esophageal cancer, brain cancer, pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, and a number of other areas. So these require a little bit different development and a little bit further development, but they're things that are in the work using the same basic technology.
So how does the light work versus doing a biopsy?
Well, the product is composed of actually two issues or two elements. One is a piece of hardware, and the other is a disposable device that actually touches the tumor in question. The hardware console has a light source. The light source is emitted through the optical fiber to the tissue, and it essentially queries the tissue. We read that reflected spectra, and the machine has a magic mathematical algorithm that allows it to make a virtually instantaneous diagnosis of whether the tissue is cancerous or non-cancerous.
Amazing. And there's non-invasive, right? They don't have to cut the skin.
You don't have to cut anything out of the patient, and it's used the same tools that the oncologist or the endoscopist is used to using today.
So how could this fail?
Well, we don't think it will.
I don't think so either. How large is this market?
Well, the market for our first two applications, each of the first applications is in excess of $1 billion a year in just Europe and the United States. And that's not talking about the rest of world opportunities.
What's your background?
Well, my background is about 25 years in the medical device space. I actually started with a company called American Hospital Supply in sales and marketing, and I've been with a number of early stage turnaround and startup organizations, and this will be my fifth, actually.
But it sounds like this might be the best one so far.
It's always the best one.
So where do you go from here? I mean, when are you going to start selling in the States?
Well, the States is going to require some regulatory approvals from the FDA. So we anticipate we're still about 18 to 24 months from selling in the U.S., but we do have CE mark, and so we intend to be able to develop a strong revenue pipeline out of Europe.
And you have approval in Europe?
We do indeed, through the CE mark and through specialty distributors that are currently selling to the customers, to the doctors and the hospitals who would buy this kind of product.
Now, what's even more amazing is how fast do you get the results?
Well, it's really nice because we can diagnose cancer in vivo, which means without having to take any tissue out of the patient, and we do it in approximately 1 second.
So 1 second versus how long otherwise?
Well, after you've cut the pathology out of the patient and send it to the lab, it could be as long as 10 days or 2 weeks before you get an answer.
And things change inside the body in that short a period of time, don't they?
Well, they certainly can, but that's the standard of care today is pathology, and we believe that we can do it not only faster, but much less expensively.
This is called disruptive technologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we like to think of it that way, yes.
Okay. Website.
Our website is www.spectrascience.com.
Now, is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to tell me?
You've been pretty thorough in doing your homework, and I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming on to SNNLive. It's a pleasure to have you.
Shelley, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You got it.